Love has a way of disappearing without warning, like it was never real to begin with. One minute you're building something with someone, giving your all, trusting every word, every smile, every late-night conversation. Then suddenly, you're left alone, questioning everything. You replay her promises, her laughter, the way she swore she'd never leave. And now, all of it feels like a lie. You sit there, staring at the ceiling, thinking maybe it was all fake. But here's what you need to understand what you're feeling right now. That pain, that confusion, that silence, it's not weakness. It's the beginning of something greater. While she's out there pretending to glow, posting like she's thriving, surrounding herself with distractions to avoid facing the truth, you're sitting in the fire. You're doing the real work. You're grieving, you're reflecting, you're feeling every damn ounce of it. And that's why you're going to come out of this stronger, because pain, when faced directly, transforms. It teaches you who you are. It exposes your weaknesses and gives you the chance to fix them. Most men try to run from it, bury it, hide it behind ego or other women. But you're not doing that. You're choosing to sit with it, and that's power. She's avoiding the fallout. She's delaying her healing, but you're walking through the storm, and though it doesn't feel like it now, you're miles ahead of her. The pain you carry is real, but so is the growth that comes with it. She's dancing in temporary comfort. You're building in discomfort, and the man who builds in pain becomes unshakable. This is the part of the story no one sees. The moment before the rise. And brother, it hurts now, but one day you'll look back and realize this pain was the beginning of everything. Women leave differently. They don't walk out all at once. They disconnect slowly, quietly, often months before the breakup happens. They start withdrawing emotionally while still sleeping next to you. You think things are fine because she's still physically present. But the truth is, she's already halfway out the door. By the time she actually ends it, she's convinced herself you were the problem. And that's what allows her to walk away so easily, to appear happy, to smile like nothing happened. She doesn't feel it yet, because she's leaning on distractions, friends, her phone, her new DMs, her weekend nights filled with surface-level fun. For a while, it works. She laughs, she posts, she pretends. But none of it is real. It's survival, not healing. That glow she shows off, it's not peace, it's a mask. A temporary high she's using to avoid looking in the mirror. And in that avoidance, she misses the depth of what's really happening inside her. Meanwhile, you're doing the opposite. You're in the silence. You're confronting your emotions. You're walking through hell and choosing not to numb yourself. That's the difference. She escapes, you endure. And even though it seems like she's winning right now, she's only delaying the inevitable. There's a cost to skipping pain. It always shows up later, harder, deeper. And when it hits her, it'll hit when she least expects it. Because real healing doesn't happen in parties or new flings, it happens in solitude, in reflection, in growth. And that's why she's not getting stronger. She's just getting more disconnected from herself. You're getting sharper, wiser, more grounded. Her distractions are noise. Your silence is strength. And when the dust settles, you'll rise. She'll still be searching for something real, and by then, you'll be long gone and reachable. Untouchable. The man who heals in silence becomes unforgettable. At first, she won't feel it. Her ego won't let her. She convinces herself she made the right choice. Surround herself with people who echo her narrative, and scroll through posts that validate her decision. She'll pretend she's glowing, pretend she's free. But it's all surface. Because late at night, when the noise dies down, when the lights go out and no one's around to clap for her fake progress, the truth starts whispering. Feel it in the quiet, the space you once filled. She'll revisit your conversations, scroll through old texts she claimed to delete, stare at photos that once made her feel something deep. Not because she suddenly loves you again, but because she's realizing what she lost. And what's worse, she lost it by choice. She walked away from something real, thinking she could do better, thinking you'd always be there just in case. But now, you've gone silent, not out of spite, but out of growth. She'll try to test the waters. A text, a story reaction, a casual hey. But you won't respond, not with hate, not with need, just with nothing. And that's what breaks her. Not your anger, not your sadness, your indifference. Because when a man stops caring, truly stops, there's no manipulation that can bring him back. Your silence screams that you've healed. And that scares her more than anything. You're no longer that man waiting for her to realize your worth. You've become the man she can't reach, can't influence, can't control. She thought she'd come back one day to find you still there. But now, she's staring at a closed door with no key. And that's when regret takes root, quiet, sharp, and permanent. She thought you'd be stuck. She expected you to wait around, watching her move on, silently hoping she'd come back. She thought you'd be the one heartbroken, scrolling through her stories, wondering who she was with now. But what she never saw coming was your evolution. You didn't just survive the heartbreak, you used it. You turned pain into power, silence into growth, and loss into focus. While she chased shallow connections and temporary highs, you were in the trenches, rebuilding brick by brick. And now, the man she left behind is gone. In his place stands someone stronger, colder, wiser. You've built discipline. You've found clarity. You're not the same man who begged, who overextended, who fought for someone who didn't appreciate him. You're grounded now, focused, completely unreachable to the version of her that walked away. Meanwhile, her world slowly starts to unravel. She compares every man to you. She looks for your patience, your loyalty, your presence, but finds empty eyes and half-hearted attention. She's surrounded by men who talk but don't listen, who touch but don't connect. And with every failure, your value becomes clearer. But she can't say it out loud. Her pride won't let her admit she made a mistake. So she suffers in silence. She masks her regret with more distractions. But nothing fills the space you once occupied, and the worst part, she knows she can't come back. She knows you've changed too much, grown too far. You're no longer emotionally available for her games. You've risen to a level she can't access. And that's what destroys her, realizing that the man she discarded became the man she never get to love again. You became the version of yourself she was never ready for. And now, it's too late. Now you move differently. There's no need to explain, no desire to prove anything to anyone. You've stepped fully into your power, not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet, grounded strength that comes from surviving what should have broken you. You don't chase, you don't check her page. You don't wonder who she's with or what she's posting, because you've built something greater than revenge. You've built peace. And that peace, that clarity, is the sharpest reminder of what she lost. While she's still performing for attention, you're performing for purpose. While she's caught in a cycle of comparisons, you're focused on legacy. She expected you to spiral, to lose yourself, but instead, you rose. You healed. You walked away without slamming the door. Rand, that silence will haunt her far more than any angry words ever could. You became the man she never saw coming, not because you changed who you were, but because you finally embraced the version of you that didn't need her. That's the heartbreak she never anticipated. She come to understand that she didn't just lose a man, she lost a future. She lost the emotional safety, the consistency, the love that stood firm even when she didn't deserve it. And now, she's surrounded by half-hearted men who disappear at the first sign of struggle. You were real, and she threw that away, chasing a feeling. But feelings fade, and when the butterflies die, when the thrill disappears, there's only truth left. And the truth is this: you're not waiting anymore. You've evolved, not out of spite, but out of necessity. You don't need her closure. You don't need her validation. You've found something far greater, yourself. And in doing so, you've become unforgettable, not because you chased her, but because you outgrew her.